I am a Nigeria stan. I think Nigerians just really have their ish together, their culture together. Whenever you meet a Nigerian, like they're all doctors here in the USA, their families are together, they take marriage seriously. I wish I was Nigerian. I do, a little bit, but I'm not even a little bit. I'm not Nigerian, but they do have a very good culture.
Candace Owens, keep that. Candace Owens, keep that. I speak for all radicalized, aware Nigerian Americans. You can keep that, Candace Owens. I know your trap card. I've seen that trap card. I've seen it played before. In fact, I'm used to white people doing it. The model minority, the model black minority. And see, and you got to be careful where the compliment is coming from, right? Because what's the person's motive? Do I think my people are great? Yes, I think Nigerians are great. I think my people are fantastic, awesome. But you know what? I know what Candace Owens is pulling there, right? Candace Owens, a frequent, sort of criticizer, right? A frequent critic of the Black American community wants to use Nigerians as what she wishes she were, right? But those that are radicalized, those that are aware, knows that most Nigerians that do come here, it's not a discredit to us. We're leaving most of the time, situations in which we are able to come to these United States, right? And participate in a country where there's at least a little bit of padding at the bottom, right? A little bit of padding, right? It's not the greatest, like some European countries, right? A little bit of dependency that at least the type of corruption that the politicians do here is not going to be the same as in Nigeria, right? So yeah, let's not do that. And what I also know is that there are a bunch of Nigerians in Nigeria that don't fit Candace Owens' mold of what she thinks Nigerians are, who she would act just as disgusted with the way she acts with the Black community in America. Okay, I've seen this move. I know this move very well. Now, Candace Owens also says she wishes she was Nigerian. Well, guess what, Candace Owens? Most likely, just based on what I know, you most likely have shared ancestry. Go do your thing, right? And you will notice that since you have shared ancestry, right, the capability that you have to have made something out of yourself is the same capability that other Black people all across the diaspora have to make something out of themselves, right? It's almost as though where you place said Black person matters. Environmental factors matter. Government factors matter. Community factors matter. Parental development matters. Okay, do I think we are awesome? Yes, but I also know that in that country, we have got things we have to work on for the people that can't come over here. I know that the more and more people we're taking out and bringing to all these other countries and we become the model minority, there's a lot of brain drain happening in my country. So
a lot of financial drain as well, because for the people who are leaving, they are taking a lot of the naira out of the country. Good number of these kids who are going over there to get an education, thousands of dollars, right, that they pay in tuition. That money is coming from the Nigerian economy because a good number of them, their parents stay back home in Nigeria to work for them to be able to pay for these fees, right? So that's a lot of money leaving the Nigerian economy. It's not just brain drain. And this is happening back to back to back to back. And nobody is talking about the long-term consequences of this. Some people will come by this video and say, oh, Ivie, it's not that deep. What does it have to do with you? What is it to you? These people are spending their own money. Yes, I get it is their money and they are free to do with their money whatever it is they want to do with it. They are free to pump it anywhere. They are free to send. We are free to send everybody out of this country if we want to do that at this point, right? I'm a big fan of free will. As long as you exercising your free will isn't infringing on other people's free will, I'm cool. But at the end of the day, what are we doing to back home? Which then brings me to the point what Candace said earlier about that we have our ish together. No, we don't. Yes, there are Nigerians who are doing well for themselves, home and abroad. There are Nigerian individuals, Nigerian families, Nigerian companies, whatever you want to say, right? There are Nigerians who are doing well for themselves, Nigerians, individuals who have their ish together, individual families, corporation, whatnot that have their ish together. But speaking about the collective, the well-being of the collective, how is the collective faring? As a collective, no, we don't have our ish together. Look at the country. Look at the man that's leading. Look at the state of affairs. Look at our economy. No, we don't have our ish together. And just to be clear, this is not me shading anyone who's left the country or is presently planning to leave the country, because I get it. You wanting to leave, I know why. I get why. Your reasons for wanting to leave are very valid. But I cannot not stop thinking about the but. What if we don't leave? What if we stay back and actually do the things that we need to do to get ourselves the country that we need, the country that we deserve? This is the only home we have, the only true home we would ever have. If we are leaving it, who are we leaving it for? We know how secular flow of income works, but we are not having the best of secular flow of income because our money is flowing and jumping out of the country. Is not circulating here, it's going to circulate in other economies. So it's no wonder why you see a whole lot of these countries. You'll be scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram, random browsing the internet. You are on Google trying to read an article and you be coming by a bunch of ads from these countries advertising, come to school in Canada, come to school in Switzerland. Oh, the US are offering programs to international students. This is your opportunity to school in Harvard or school in Yale or whatever school they are advertising in these countries. Oh, do you know you can get a citizen over here for so amounts? Which is very interesting, isn't it? How these people, they keep telling our people who's gone over there to go back to where they came from. But over here, they are advertising their countries like mad to us. But the everyday citizen don't know what's going on. They don't know. There was a period, I think I've said this on here before, there was a period where they even did this free visa program. And it was global because they needed these people for their brain, for their money. Like the game is blatantly clear. What are we doing not learning and upping our game?
No, Candace Owens, I don't know if I said this greatly. I don't know if it's going to piss some other Nigerians off. Oh, why can't you take the compliment? I will not be used as a tool. Oh, no, my sister. No. Keep that. Keep it. And I beg to you people that are in the comments of that video, the Nigerians, that's why I'm talking like this now. For you specifically, I see you in the comments. You are cozying up to Candace Owens. Hellfire will rain on you. Okay? Hellfire will rain on you. Because you know what kind of life you are living in. You know what? I've said enough.
Well, very quickly, going back to Candace Owens saying, oh, she loved Nigerians because we are this, that, and the thought. Like brother said, there are Nigerians back home in Nigeria that she would not like. And that's true because there are certain behaviors that I have seen Candace Owens call out in the Black American community that I look at and I'm like, that's crazy that you are making this an issue. There are behaviors that I have seen Candace Owens call out in the Black community that we can find in other communities as well. But because she has this issue with them, she called out this issue like, oh, this is a Black people problem. You would not find any other group of people doing this, or rather this is Black American issue, like the Black American community this, like. But these same issues, you will find them in other communities. Like, remember that time she called out college students, Black American college students, for dancing on a rooftop on Juneteenth, right? It happened, and she was like really going off, like she was pissed that the college students were dancing on a rooftop celebrating.
Nothing says I'm enjoying my Black freedom quite like twerking on top of a wing street and Pizza Hut in front of a large crowd.
Racial pathology is when you correlate Black freedom to dancing and twerking on top of a Pizza Hut in front of a crowd. Class, is there a way for her to hold the individual acts of those college students on their roof accountable without trying to question the entirety of Black freedom? Yes. For them folks to claim they got beef with race hustling, they sure do love Candace Owens, the greatest race hustler this country's seen right now. Hey, peep gang, whoever want to Pepsi challenge me on this one. However you define race hustling, I will argue that Candace Owens is one of the greatest on the internet today. And that's on racial pathology. In conclusion, do y'all know that the sorority those young women represent on top of that building is trying to get their name and get their letters pulled? So if she would have got out of her feelings and did some more research instead of me search, she would have been able to have a better video probably. But instead, shucking and jiving, tap dancing for serve, clap. And that's what we got right there. Who taking up my Pepsi challenge too?
She said they were twerking. And I remember looking at that clip, thinking back on my day when I was in the university, there were several times we danced on the rooftop and twerked. You see, and I think I even made a video on this on TikTok. You know what? I'm just going to put that video up.
Nothing says I'm enjoying my black freedom quite like twerking on top of a wing street and
Twerking kwa. Nobody was twerking in that video. I've been on my ID pay me. But anyways, like, can this woman just leave black Americans alone and let them breathe? Sat there doing mouth like this. Me, I'm like, madam, what is wrong with your mouth? Are you holding back a smile of content, or you have a lemon in there that is slapping at the inside of your mouth? You just sat there, salty as usual. Me, I'm like, if you like join those young people dance, go and join them, because we self for no mind. You look like you could do with some fun. Like, take a break from dragging these people and have some fun. Be konu, have some fun. As an African, my heart goes out to black Americans because they are constantly policed and judged in comparison to white America or white behavior. Like, those are youngsters, those are college students, and we know how college students are. They have the energy, they like to have fun, everything is hyper, right? Because it is their time, they are having fun. As a Nigerian who grew up in Nigeria and schooled in Nigeria, thinking back to when I was in uni, that's something that you could have seen, that Ivie is one of those people on top of that roof, having fun with her friends. And yes, when they're adults and security comes, of course they're going to be like, get down that roof. But you know what? Our attitude is not going to be judged on the basis of, oh, it's black people doing it, would white people do this? Even though white youngsters, college students could do the exact same. But when black people do it, they are scrutinized like it's out of this world weird. So it's like black Americans are even held to a standard that don't even exist. This is just insane. Because I can see my people doing this, and we are not even black Americans. We are Nigerians, the same Nigerians. She's like, oh, Nigerians. And I'm actually, quite frankly, starting to see these behaviors and reactions as a side effect, the trauma of living under the pressure of white supremacy. And this is not me making excuses for Candace Owens. You people know I'm not the biggest fan of the lady, right? Or a fan at all for that matter, actually. But like, really, when we think about it, what does white supremacy do? Let's talk about it very quickly because I don't want this video to get any longer. White supremacy tells you that everything about you is wrong and you have to bend and contort and try to mold yourself into whiteness as much as you can, but it's not possible to do that. What that creates is this situation where you are going to be walking on eggshells and policing every of your action and the actions of your people, constantly watching them with a binocular, putting them under a microscope and monitoring them, trying to make sure that they are not doing anything that white supremacy would not like or approve of. And that's how we get situations like this. And there are other examples that I could bring up right now, but I really don't want to make this video any longer than it is. But I'm going to use this one example, right? That one with the, palm color people climbing the walls at White House. Yeah, that one. Imagine if it were black people who had done this, right? They would have made this, oh, that's how the black people be doing, right? I don't know if Candice covered the situation, but I wonder if she did what she said. I wonder if she made it a white people problem, or this is a problem in the white community. I wonder if she did that, because that's what she would have done if it were black people. So it is just these standards that exist, right? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye.